Action, adventure, and intrigue, Heirs of Camelot casts a spell on the reader from the very first page. Well, to tell you a little more about it, apart from the fact that she's a young author, let me also let everybody know that what we're going to do now is we're going to formally launch the book for everybody here. We have a copy for each of you. Anusha, you have a copy, so your copy is right there, and Sudeshna, a copy for you as well. What we're going to do is we're going to start by unveiling the book for everybody right here, like the official launch, and then move on to talking about it. Okay? So ladies and gentlemen, here we go, a very, very special moment for Anusha and her family. Please give her an encouraging round of applause. There, I'm sure, are a lot of reasons backing your decision. So the ultimate decision that yes, this is the final book that we want to do, we want to publish. How did that come about?
Hello everyone. It's wonderful to be in Bombay and Mumbai, and it's even more wonderful that it's because Anusha's book is is being released. Anusha's book, manuscript first came to me almost a year back, little less than a year back. And it came to me with this introduction saying, A, she's Ravi Subramanian's daughter, and B, that she is 12 years old. And so I said, fine, but let me start reading it. And as editors, we get lots of books and we're reading all the time. And so we kind of have this sense that beyond 10 pages, do I want to read this book or this manuscript or not? But after a while, I forgot she was Ravi's daughter, and I forgot she's 12 years old. And I just really enjoyed the book. And what struck me was A, the freshness with which she has written, and also the fact that what comes through in the book is that Anusha has read a lot herself. And yet she has not let it color her writing in a way that overpowers it. So she's taken the best of all that she's read, but at the same time she's used it in a very intelligent, creative way in her own writing. And that is really what one looks at when one is looking at a new author, that does this person have that spark to take this book from point A to point B and then, just fly from there. And I think Anusha has done that wonderfully. It was great working with her because I've never had such an obedient author who's listened to everything that I've said and has never argued back about anything. And I'm sure she's not so obedient with her parents, but she was with me, so good luck to me.
Thank you. A daughter right at the age of becoming a teenager, so it must be a sort of culmination of sorts for you to identify with something similar.
Yeah, when Ravi asked me, when he first told me about this book, I was like, wow, but then I'm not surprised that kids are flowering so creative today. And I would say I'm here more as a mother, as a proud parent, than as a author or any of the other things I've done. And like I was telling Ravi, when not to take away from your fantastic book and your great merits, now I'm going to put the credit right to your parents. Because when we were growing up, we had so many restrictions, we had so much, do's and don'ts. But kids these days, the environment they grow in is so conducive to creativity. And I think we should just all encourage that and not be afraid of what's coming out of their minds and, of their hearts. And the fact that a 12-year-old can write and release a book, give her a big round of applause, everybody. I've dragged my daughter and my friend's daughter, there's Kaveri and Apu sitting there, saying, come and see what your peer group has done. Be inspired. Of course, they do brilliant stuff themselves. But I think it's just commendable, it's fantastic. Congrats to the parents. I don't know who worked out, the mother or the father, anyway, both. And God bless you.
Thank you so much, Suchitra. Thank you so much for those kind words. And finally, the author herself. So, Anusha, tell me, first of all, with all the paparazzi standing right in front of you, you look more confident than nervous. So I guess, does that come from daddy? Yeah, you've been there, done that?
Not that, but I've got a lot of support from all my friends, my family, my teachers, everybody I know. They've never put down this endeavor of mine to actually write a book. I actually want to thank all of you all for coming here today because it means a lot to me. And I want to actually talk about writing, how it has changed my life. And the thing about writing is, one of the things, is it has changed my reading experience. When I read a book, like for example, if you take Percy Jackson, if I read Percy Jackson before a book, I still read it. But the difference now is I appreciate it far more than I used to. That is because I've written a book and I understand the amount of effort that actually goes into it. All those facts that you actually look at and all those small details, all those descriptions that casual readers just skim through. I realize how much effort has gone into it and that's really a wonderful experience. And I want to thank my parents for encouraging me. It's been really good and I really don't know what to say now because I'm speechless and the joy is like really great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Anusha. Wonderful. I'm sure a lot of parents here hearing you must be identifying with what you're saying. And what we have in store for you, of course, Anusha will be talking a lot more. We're going to be asking her questions and there's going to be a Q&A in the audience. But something very different with what we plan to do is her friends are going to enact a chapter from the book. So Anusha, would you just like to introduce your friends to us first? Tell us what's going to happen.
Yeah. I want to call Hira. She's going to be introducing my school friends who are actually going to enact an extract from the book. Crystal, Simrita's Aunt Welling, and Velna, sorry, Madhuka, okay, Madhuka's a narrator and Simrita's, Meghna's, Keetna's soulmate, who is Sarah, and I'm sure this is going to be a hit. Thanks, Hira.
I was jolted awake.
Oh, it's you, Jasmine. You scared me.
Morning already? Morning already? Where's Aunt Wind?
Crystal said, stretching herself.
Here I am. And I told you not to call me aunt.
She handed them both a bowl of cereal.
Energy food.
Wow! I wish I could be that happy about dying.
Sarah was grinning.
I heard that.
She gave Jasmine a little water and some food, humming to herself.
Why is the Wind Princess in such high spirits?
Sarah asked, sitting cross-legged on the grass.
I figured something out.
What's that?
Once we find Idun, I figured out a way to get her back.
Sarah and Crystal sat up, eager to know what she was going to say.
And how is that? We turn her into a knot. Simple.
Welna said that as it was as simple as brushing her hair.
This is crazy. I thought you just said that we turn her into a knot. That is like so ridiculous.